The age of Aquarius won't be for everyone. It describes a state of affairs where the information is available that is childishly simple but shattering for some, especially those who grew up in the seats of power, US, UK, Europe. Almost everything taught in the schooling system was intentionally false. A 10-year-old could work out flat Earth, the impossibility of evolution theory, dinosaurs, or CO2 climate change would never occur to an unindoctrinated mind. The chemtrails stroke cloud seeding in your face every day. Impossible, you'd think, to ignore. As far as fake history goes, who would not want to regain the incredible achievement of our ancestors? To know we are eternal spiritual beings, not demeaning monkey mutants. The societies realize that to go along with it all, without the excuse of not having the opportunity to debunk it, denying common sense and the evidence of the eyes, creates self-abasement, voluntary disempowerment. So, the same deniers are now ripe to look to the authority figures, so-called experts, politicians, the TV screen. The problem is, the latter has never been spewing out a more degenerate, ungodly message, and not bothering to hide it anymore, throwing up the demonic signs and symbols. Therefore, a massive rift is inevitable. Those that choose to live in truth, manifesting their reality accordingly, a desire to heal the world, return to true Christian principles. No more killing, pollution, this hating on proper family values and natural gender roles, and them that go along with the dystopia. No use complaining about the weather while not calling out the geoengineering, and yes, it does make a difference. Or saying you're against the war in the Middle East, giving it the virtue signalling, then supporting some political party who are all on the same side behind the scenes. They rally support on important current issues like immigration. A new actor, Rupert Lowe, pops out of nowhere, slyly making it more racial. Wouldn't make any difference if a bunch of French people came over, causing overcrowding and social decline. Going for the divide and conquer, another holy war with the Muslims. Big name alternative internet channels aren't suffering like the majority. Do you think the algorithm would let them get their message out there if they were not controlled? Well-paid, self-satisfied, middle-class frontmen and women, especially if they are talking the globe, satellites, nuclear weapons or aliens. This last, the stupidest, most insulting nonsense. People now believe in ET, so the military technology, which is all UFOs are, can continue to be developed and tested. It is not to say that every one of them is, but they betray themselves by consistently avoiding certain subjects while sticking to others that do not relate to those everyday problems or affect them personally. Also tending to band together, so if they are promoting an obvious gate guard, are very likely to be one themselves. This is what happened, I think, in the French and Russian revolutions. The academic Freemasonic agitators incited the masses to violence when the poverty and hunger got worse. When things kicked off in the city, they retreat to their suburban neighborhoods. Time to reconnect with our true potential, the proof of which are the epic buildings they are trying to get rid of. A benevolent, logical, common law and spiritual practice. Men and women behaving with self-respect, peacefully raising their children. It is certainly a numbers game. Once enough people are on side, no one will have to support any outside cause. About rejecting, whenever possible, their filthy products and value systems. The energy vampires feed off attention. You're the important one. No one can tell you anything. Moreover, impossible to be part of a secret fraternity and on the side of good. The choice has been made to prioritize a group, however they may justify it to themselves. The hypocrisy of looking down on the sheeple when they didn't work the answers out themselves. Someone else passed it on, but they continue to let the majority be deceived. Everyone dies, and ultimately have as little idea what happens afterwards, so any superiority is illusory. I hypothesize what we have been witnessing since 2019 in Northern Europe is a revisiting of the Wild West. After infiltrating North America, they made this free-for-all society, brought in the drugs and alcohol, those saloon bars, gambling at the tables, guns, prostitution normalized. Before, say, 1500, there was free electricity drawn straight out of the ether, beautiful, elegant cities, quality everything, art and culture. How obvious does NASA have to make it with this green screen CGI Artemis 2 moon mission? But Flat Earth is a joke, doing no research or bothering to initiate a brain cell. Why would they lie? How about enslaving humanity? It won't stop until enough people wake up. It is actually great news to be born in a generation given this unique opportunity to escape mental disenfranchisement, the real Renaissance, if you will. Nuclear weapons used to cause fear, obviously made up, or why the cheaply made, staged tests back in the 50s. The madness of watching through a camera stationed at point zero of the explosion, but it's not getting damaged. Now the media is starting to talk about them again. Isn't it strange how through the decades they keep being threatened but never used? As if it was real, it wouldn't have been utilized multiple times when every other method of murder has. All that was necessary was carpet bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The Cold War was hinged on this psyop. Another thing, I wouldn't say that every aspect of modern Christianity is corrupted, but why not get the proper, original version, without bits added unreflective of core teachings? Presumably to validate the terrible things done in its name. Then a justified reaction causing schisms, the Reformation. Today there are thousands of Christian orders on earth. So how can anyone know where they stand anymore? No wonder most turn to scientism in the 20th century.